Hello, young explorers. How are you all? I have lot many flowers today with me, a rose, white roses, and few fruits. Flowers and fruits makes us happy, isn't it? We use flowers in happy occasions. If when you want to greet someone, when you want to decorate something, or we have festivals to make us happy or to make environment, atmosphere happy, we decorate with flowers. We greet with flowers. Flowers comes in different colors and fragrances. At the same time, you like fruits as well. It may be you like different fruits, but you love to eat fruits. These flowers and fruits from where we are getting? Yes, definitely we are getting it from the plants. So plants are producing fruits and flowers for us? Yes or no? Think again. Are they really doing it for us? Definitely not. Trees, plants, they are in nature and they are doing their work. We humans takes flowers and fruits and use in our life. If we don't touch flowers and fruits on trees, what will happen? Have you ever thought this thing? If you don't pluck mango from mango tree, what will happen? So, to find this answer, we will begin our today's session. When any tree has flowers, what is the flow or what happens after one after another? So if I have this apple in my hand, when you cut apple, what is the first thing you do? You take out that central part, you throw the seed of apple, which is a small black color seed. You don't eat that seed. You throw that seed in dustbin. Or when you are eating any fruit, just remember now, you throw the seed out of the fruit and you eat the pulp. Even in mango also, you eat the mango pulp and throw that seed. So what exactly you do? You don't eat seed. Let me give one example. What you are doing. Consider that you are going on a trip, a school trip for 4 to 5 days. Your preparation will begin 2 to 3 days prior before your departure. What your mummy will do? Your mummy will prepare your favorite snacks and dishes, and those all your favorite food stuff will be fitted in your tiffin box. Now imagine you entered the bus with your favorite tiffin and you are dreaming that today I will eat this, tomorrow morning I will eat this, tomorrow afternoon I will eat this, what my mama has given to me. But there are some younger students and you are in say grade 4 and there is a student from grade 8 or 9. Those students snatch your tiffin and eat everything you like in the group. How you will feel? Definitely you will become very much upset, isn't it? Why you are upset? Because you are supposed to last with that food stuff for 3 to 4 days, your favorite food. But those children snatch that food. When you are eating any fruit, what exactly we are doing? I'm not saying you are snatching. I will come to this point as well later. So when you eat any mango, what we do? But before that, I will ask one question. Why mango pulp is there around the seed? For that, we have to see seed as you are a baby of your parent. Seed is a baby of a tree. So we know the process. The first flower comes, then on the same place flower turns into the seed, and then that tree starts putting that pulp around the seed, and then it becomes a fruit. So why that pulp is around the seed? If you don't pluck the mango from tree, what will happen? After some time, from green color, it will turn to yellowish color, and automatically that fruit will fall from the tree. So that is a departure for a tour, like you went on a tour. So when you are departing on a tour, your mama gives you tiffin. The same way, when that fruit is living tree, the mama tree gives that food stuff for that seed to last till it germinates. So that fruit will fall down, it will wait for some days, some months, and when it gets good soil, good temperature, rain, air, then that seed will germinate. But if you observe, if you don't eat fruit for long days, that fruit starts shrinking. So that shrinking means what? The inner child of that tree sitting inside the fruit is eating that pulp for survival, for living. So until that seed gets every good condition, till that time that seed has to leave for germination. So that pulp or that fruit is meant for that. So when next time you eat any fruit, means I'm not saying you're snatching it, because you should eat fruits. But then what best part we can do? Instead of throwing seeds in dustbin, collect those seeds, wash those seeds, and after collecting those seeds, study how you can germinate those seeds and in which months and in which weather. So whenever you go outside, you can plant those seeds, make a seed ball, and plant those seeds in nature back again. So though you eat the fruit, you will contribute or you will make that seed live and flourish. Always remember, nature gives us back in good returns. So remember this thing. Now why flowers and fruits are there? We understood this thing because seed need to germinate. So when seed falls on the ground, what a seed needs. And mind you, seeds are everywhere around us. You're not only eating seeds from the fruits, you're eating seeds many a times unknowingly. For example, groundnuts. What is groundnut? Groundnut is nothing but a seed. We take out oils from the seeds, we make different things with the seeds. We make wheat flour with the seeds and we eat chapatis or bhakri. That is nothing but a seed. You eat mustard. Mustard is also again a seed. So we use seeds to a very large extent in our kitchen, but for different purposes. You have to just think differently and put a scientific vision on your eyes. So you can make a list which seeds you are eating, which seeds you eat in a vegetable, which seeds you use in a pulses. And we find seeds in different colors and different shapes. So this is a very vast topic, means though it looks simple, or many a times we ignore these things when we eat something. But if you think in this way, science is very much interesting. And most of the stuff you will find in your kitchen, and you will spend more time in kitchen now onwards. Not for just eating, but just for study. So, as I am talking about the seeds, you must have planted few seeds in your garden or terrace garden. So when you put something in the soil, what happens first? Some few days passed and suddenly you see 2 or 3 leaves above the soil. What is happening below the soil? That we never see. Actual growth starts below the soil. So if we need to find out what things are required for any seed to germinate, means to take birth, essential things are temperature, water, air and good soil to germinate. So when you take any seed and plant in soil, we have to observe what happens below the soil. So that activity we are going to do today, seed germination, and also we will test which parameters are required. If any of these parameters is obstructed, can seed take birth? We will also do in different conditions to check where seed can grow fast. And these seeds, what we found means, when you plant any mustard can take germinate in 2 to 3, 4 days, that you do in Diwali as well. When you have to decorate your fort, you throw mustard seeds to just get a good green garden around your fort. So that is the fastest thing. But how much time it takes for seed to germinate, separating from its own parent like tree? So some seeds die early if they don't get this good environment. So they die in 1 or 2 months. So after that, seed cannot germinate. You must have heard in news that whatever seeds distributed by stores to farmers, crop don't come out. Why? Because the seeds they got is died and that seed cannot germinate. So farmers, they bear a big loss in their farm. So seeds can, this depends on which seed it is. So some seeds have life of 1 to 4 months, and seeds can live up to certain years, 2 to 4,000 years as well. We have found seed in China that was a 12,000 year old seed of lotus, which was found under a lake bed, and scientists successfully germinated that 12,000 year old seed. Can you live 12 hours without food? But seeds can live up to 12,000 years, that we proved. And seeds are, we found in different shapes and different colors. The largest seed today we know is of sea coconut. And sea coconut is the largest seed, whereas the tropical orchids, that seed of orchid is very, very, very tiny. Even you can imagine a dust particle. That much small is the shape of the seed or size of the seed of tropical orchid. So coming back to the point, what happens when seed get everything, water, temperature, air, soil. So when seed starts germinating, you see any seed has a seed coat, a colorful coating. So when you eat say groundnut, you remove that coating. That coating is sometimes very thick, sometimes it is very thin, depend on the seed, how much time it takes for germination. So first there is an embryo inside that seed, a small embryo which starts growing. So when any seed get good conditions, so I will show you a kit where we will make activity to seed germination. So in this pouch you have different seeds, then few containers, then a magnifier glass and few labels. So we will start how to make or how to germinate these seeds. Let us begin our activity. Here we will create a condition for seed to grow. But instead of soil, we are using a cotton. Basically, you will see the first stage transparent, because we are using these transparent containers to see the growth, what is happening below the soil. Normally what happens, when you plant any seed, these seeds are given to you. You can use any seeds from your home as well. But we have given these 4 or 5 samples of different seeds. When any seed you plant, the first of all embryo grows and it breaks the seed coat and radical comes out. Radical goes towards the ground, towards the earth, and that is actually turns into the root. After that, its upward growth starts with a cotyledon and leaves come out from the cotyledon, and that is the first leaf, and then it exposes to the light. But before it exposed to the light, what needs first is a temperature, water. So instead of soil, what we will be using is a cotton. So I will show you how to do this thing. You will take cotton, put the cotton inside the container like this, and take any seed. You can plant 2 seeds in one container on opposite sides. So just put this seed here like this. Now you can see a transparent container. Why we are using? You have to sprinkle some water onto this cotton. Don't make this water too wet. You don't have to pour water in the container. You have to just sprinkle few drops of water on the cotton. So when you put this container in window, so in window what happens? This seed get light, this seed get air because this container is open, this seed get good temperature being in a window, and a soil, means we have all 4 conditions here. So when you place this container, so I am just showing you by putting another seed from another side. So in one container you can keep 2 seeds and just sprinkle water and wet. You have to wait at least for 3 to 5, 7 days. And also we know that every seed takes different time for germination. So that observation chart is also given to you. So you have to observe it daily, what happens, but don't touch it again and again. Where you place it, keep it there for long time. So such you have to make 4 containers with different seeds, and these 4 containers you will place at 4 different places. So your observation you have to make. In the kit we have given this observation chart that you have to fill up. So the first container you will place in a window. Don't put the lid of this, sprinkle the water. Second, you put the seed, put the water and put it in a refrigerator and check whether the seeds are growing or not. Then with the same conditions, put water, everything, and put this in a cupboard where you will not get light, but rest things will be there. And last container you can put the lid. So here temperature will be there, light will be there, heat will be there, but air will not be there because you have sealed it with a lid. And observe, also you can try, if you have more containers, you can try with more containers as well. And after 5 to 7 days, you will come to some conclusion that which seed grows and in which conditions. So which things are essential for seed germination. So instead of just reading and remembering from the book, conclude on your own which parameters are required for any seed to germinate. So when seed germinate, what happens? Leaves will come, stem will grow, it will start growing, and after some time it will have some flowers. So when any tree grows, what happens? You require food, water to grow, to live. In the similar way, trees require these things for living. Trees gives us oxygen, because without trees we cannot live. We get food and oxygen from the trees. So our existence on earth is because of plants only. As we know, plant gives us oxygen, they give us food, but from where they get their own food and water? From the ground. So from air they take up carbon dioxide to prepare their food, and they get various minerals and water with the help of roots from the ground. As we have blood vessels, they also have some vessels, and they are called as xylem and phloem, through which water and food flows. So when you see any flower, so when you see this stem, there are so many things inside this stem. We will be doing one interesting activity to see how water flows through this stem and how it flows to the petals. For that, we will be doing one colorful flower carnation activity with the help of food colors which are given to you in the kit. But before that, let me keep this aside, and also I will tell you these labels are provided in the kit and along with this magnifying glass. So whatever growth is happening, you can see with the magnifying glass, and you put a label on in which conditions you have kept this container. So remember these two things. Now to make colorful flower carnations, what you have to do? So first of all, you need white flower. Remember this thing. You have to cut this white flower. Cut this flower at an angle of 45 degree so that you will get this slanted cut on the stem. After this, take any glasses, add food color to it. Use different food colors in different containers. Then take sugar, add sugar to the containers. Then we have to add water. To the container. If you have vinegar in house, you can add some vinegar, but if you don't have vinegar, it doesn't matter. But if you have vinegar, you can add some vinegar. I'm just adding in 1 or 2 so that you will see without vinegar also what happens. And then let the sugar dissolve. Make this color dark. After this, we have given this 45-degree cut onto the stem. You can put this into the container. Basically, you have to wait for 3 to 5 hours so that this color will go through the stem and that will be reflected in this white petals. So I am also taking this white rose, cut it in 45 degree. You can get more and more colors. If you get blue color, that will be great. In this red color, I'm just again putting this gerbera flower. And now keep this for 3 to 5 hours and see the difference. So you can make colorful carnation using food color, sugar, water and white flowers. So kids, look at these beautiful flowers after 2 to 3 hours. If you remember, we kept white flowers and what turned out to be? Beautiful colors in the petals of gerbera and white rose. You also can make such beautiful flower carnation. So let's go and try out and do share your picture of flower carnation with us. Happy flowering. Thank you.